Hello. There's one thing that dawned on me when I was focusing on rhythm in the beginning. I was sure that, drummers were able to do some kind of very sophisticated multitasking. Because one hand was doing this, another was doing this, and the foot was doing this, and it looked like it was an impossible task for the body to do that kind of stuff. And so I thought that it was some kind of, ability to learn to move your body parts independently. So your foot can go, even when you're playing guitar, your foot could go like that, and then you could... Like, I could have the beat, in my foot, and then I could be free to play all kinds of stuff on top of that. And I had no idea how to go about learning that until it dawned on me, actually not in the same, I'm giving you the explanation here. I didn't know about that then, but it just shifted in my mind where I came from seeing this as a very complex way of multitasking to just learning to do one thing at a time. And that's a whole different thing. We say that women can multitask, but they can't. No human being can focus on more than one thing at one time. So our conscious focus only has one focus, right? And that you could focus on a million things right now, all kinds of stuff, the video, the quality, your computer, your keyboard, the feeling of your arm, anything. You can focus on so many things, but your focus is only one place at a time. It's like, it just walks around the room, or you're focused on me now all the time. But so when people are multitasking, they're basically focusing on one thing at a time in a circle. Just stir the pot, go to this, do this, talk to him, go back, stirring the pot, check the oven, stir the pot. In a circle, we focus on one thing at a time. That's the only thing we can. So you cannot do one thing with this hand and then do another with this. You cannot tap your foot in one rhythm and then play another rhythm with your hands. Listen to what I'm saying here. You cannot tap on 1, 2, 3, 4, which is the whole skill of rhythm, right? Is to tap 1, 2, 3, 4, and then do all kinds of subdivisions with your hands. That is not multitasking. Your hands are not doing two different things. They are performing patterns that they learned together. It is one thing, not multiple things. What do I mean by this? How can we practice it then? Well, it's because, just think of it. What really dawned on me there, is that I have to learn. Let's just take eighth notes, right? You have the beat of the 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. In running, right? And that's your foot that you're listening to right now, right? That's your foot. And then you want to do eighth notes. So you go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And then you want to do subdivisions and you want to play all kinds of... My foot is tapping, and that's not multitasking because I learned every single combo. I practiced that for itself, focusing on that combo. So if you learn a rhythm that goes, as your foot is tapping, what you actually learned was this. Downstroke with your foot, one thing. Downstroke here, foot down, one thing. Sorry, with the muted strings. That's the first. What happens then is, that's the next thing. No foot on that one. Just an upstroke on one string. So first, both the foot and the downstroke. That was one thing, right? I wasn't multitasking. I was just going like that. And then I get up with my hand, right? And then I was going down with my foot and down with my hand on a note. That's one thing as well. So one thing, one thing, one thing. Oh, it's just a stroke there with the foot. And then an upstroke with the note alone. So it's... Right? And then, whoa, it seems like, he's doing one thing with the foot and another with the arm or whatever. But he's not. He's just doing one thing at a time. So what you need to learn is to do the right movement, right? The right kind of accenting, strumming, clapping, whatever it is, as you do the thing with your foot. And that's the reason why the second you lose that combination, that doing one thing, the second you think you're doing more than one, that you have to have the pulse running, and then you have to play something on top of it. The second it feels like that, you're out of the music. You are out of the game because you're not connected any longer. This foot is always, still pounding. That's the foot. And for people who look at me, they say, okay, the foot has one plan, it's going ba, ba, and the hand is doing another thing. It's not multitasking. It's just in each instance, it's one thing you're doing. And then you are programming your body to do that combination, do this combination of movements. So right? And when you then combine it, it looks like they're doing two different things. I can even have my left hand play 4 strokes or 4 beats, while my right hand plays 5. Or the other way around. And they both hit 1 at the same time, and they play with a completely even tempo. So basically it's 2 different tempos, but they get around to the same one each and every time. It sounds like this. Right? And they 1. And that must surely be splitting the brain in 2, right? He's playing faster over here than he is there. But no such thing is happening. What's happening is that it's learned by taking each combination. So it says ba, ba, da, ba, ba, ba. So it says ba, da, do da, boo, ba. So each and every combination is learned by first subdividing the bar into small enough pieces so that can happen. So the 4 can, combine with 5 and still reach the 1. It's just simple math basically. But what's happening, I'm only focusing on one thing at a time, doing one thing at a time. And if they do like this, that's still one thing. Or. Right? It has a sound to it, and there's no miracle to it. It just sounds like it's 2 different things going on at the same time. So the point of this is to really get that this is a skill, a simple skill of having your foot go down on 1, 2, 3, 4, and then hitting every subdivision of the bar, which we will hear David talk a lot more about today. But we've created a course here. Which is my next point. You can take this and just run with it. You can take this, start simple, build every single rhythm, and then start combining, going to even greater levels of complexity, learning harder and harder rhythms. And that's the way to really get to the place where you can play any rhythm. What we've done in the course that this video is pointing towards is that we've identified the 3 core skills, very simple fundamental skills that are really easy to learn, that you need to master at a high level, and you can do that in as little as a couple of weeks. And once you have those down, the rest is going to be very simple because you learn the 3 basic Lego blocks that you need in order to combine the most amazing levels of complexity. Just like in a computer where you only have zeros and 1, and those on or off, 0 or 1 becomes the graphics you see on your screen and every single, the sounds and everything else. It's the same thing here. Because it's really simple rhythm. And if you get it all the way down to the essence of it, the origin of rhythm really, then the rest will be fairly easy. And we're going to take you by the hand and lead you through a process that's going to be non-frustrating and easy all the time, where you're just a little bit challenged so it's interesting, without getting the overwhelm, there's so much to learn. Once you see the core and you start building on the core, everything will be very, very clear to you. And then we laid out a complete set of licks and jam tracks that follow you on each level. So you actually get to put real music to the rhythms you learn and the skill level you have at that point. And we're going to follow you along in the whole process by coaching you every single week, multiple videos, Monday, Tuesday, Friday, you get new videos, and we'll do a Q&A session, a live Q&A session by the end of the 4 weeks. So this is a process it's a train you need to jump onto in order for you to get to the point of breakthrough. And that's what we want you to get to the point where you have learned too much. You have actual skills in your body that you cannot unlearn in the same way you cannot unlearn to ride a bike. At that point, it's really just, up, because every time your ear hears a new rhythm, it's like a challenge. You cannot not take it on because you have that basic fundamental pack, that group of 3 skills that's going to enable you to not only play everything else, but to also analyze what is actually going on in what sounds like a huge amount of complexity. So check it out, go to the page and sign up today, and then let's just do this. Let's just deal with this whole part of music that's 50% of your skills, but only takes you 5% of your practice time. I'll see you in the next couple of free videos over the next couple of days, and I look forward to that. So stay tuned.